Hello, this is D, and I'm back with another video. Well, it's been quite some time since I put out a video, but you guys have been lighting up my inbox asking me to talk about Gotham Knights being locked at 30 FPS on the consoles. Now, over the weekend, one of the developers over at Warner Brothers revealed that Gotham Knights will indeed run at 30 frames per second on both the Xbox Series X as well as the PlayStation 5. Now, there's been a lot of controversy around this decision. Now, I'm going to give you guys my honest opinion on this, and I do believe part of it is the developers just being lazy and not trying to optimize this game to get to 60 FPS. They would rather have all the bells and whistles turned up to 100 and it running at 30 FPS on the consoles. Well, this generation, 30 FPS kind of went out the window. Now, once you let gamers experience, I should say console gamers experience 60 FPS, it's really hard to go back to 30 FPS after that. Now, the fact that these guys thought that they could actually release this game on next generation consoles with only a 30 FPS option just blows my mind. Now, you should at the very least have a toggle on this game allowing it to run 60 FPS. There should be no game on the Series X and PlayStation 5 that does not have an option to run at 60 frames per second. The hardware is more than capable of doing it. Now, over the weekend, another developer, or a so-called developer, came out and said that the reason why this game is running at 30 FPS is because of the Xbox Series S. Now, this is a load of nonsense. Now, first of all, this is not the reason why the game is running at 30 FPS. There are several games on the Xbox Series S that run at 60 FPS. Many games that run over 60 frames per second. So this is just rubbish. Now, I'm going to go through the specifications, the minimum specifications for this game on PC. PC gamers will need to have at least an Intel i5 9600K or a Ryzen 5 3600 with 8 GB of RAM, as well as a NVIDIA GeForce 1660 Ti or an AMD Radeon RX 590. So there is no reason why the Xbox Series S cannot run this game at 60 FPS. Now, if you're wondering what is the equivalent GPU on the PC compared to the Xbox Series S, I would have to say it's around a 6500 XT. Now, it is similar, but it is also different in many ways. Now, first of all, the Xbox Series S has more compute units than the 6500 XT. That only has 16. It has the same amount of ROPs. It has more TMUs, 80 compared to the 64 on the 6500 XT. It also has more VRAM. It has 10 compared to the 4 GB of GDDR6 on the 6500 XT. Now, to be fair, the 6500 XT is clocked higher, but you do have more compute units on the Series S. As well, you have a higher memory bandwidth. Now, I have actually seen benchmarks on YouTube. A small YouTuber by the name of Hardware Lab actually compared the Series S and the 6500 XT. I'll put a little bit of it up on the video here. As well, I'll leave a link in the description down below so you can check out his video for yourself. Now, in his video, he demonstrates that the Xbox Series S has superior performance to the 6500 XT. Now, remember, the recommended minimum specs say for AMD a Radeon RX 590 and a 6500 XT handily beats that GPU. So the argument that it's the Series S holding back the development of this game or it being able to achieve 60 FPS is absolute nonsense. You can have it running at 60 FPS on both the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X 100% without a doubt. Now, if you want to make the argument that the Series S cannot run this game at 60 FPS, I have just showed you the minimum specs on PC, and the Xbox Series S is definitely better than that minimum spec. So that claim goes out the window. Now, we're also hearing that the gentleman that commented on this is not really a developer. Well, I don't want to say he's not a developer, but he only does the character designs for the game. So his knowledge on the whole process is kind of limited in my honest opinion. Now, if you guys disagree with me, you can leave me a comment down below, let me know why. But I just don't think that the character development guy is really gonna know all the ins and outs of optimization for that game. His sole job is to create characters for that game. Of course, his characters have to run within the engine, but my point is that his knowledge on the whole optimization of the game is going to be limited. Now, I think that they should really run this back. I don't think they should release this game without a 60 FPS option on the consoles. Both the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5 are capable of running this game at 60 FPS. I do believe that the Series S is also able to run this game at 60 FPS. Now, I was able to see some footage of this game running on the consoles, and I will say it does look pretty good. However, that 30 FPS, it really takes you out of the action. It's just really sluggish. It's not smooth. I just don't think in 2022 there should be any games that are locked at 30 FPS on these new consoles from both Microsoft and Sony. It's just unacceptable. Now, if you guys want to know more information on this, I'll leave a link in the description down below where I got some of this information for my video today, as well as a link where you can actually see it running on the current generation consoles. Now, I can't unfortunately post that on YouTube because they will take it down. They will claim it as a copyright, so I can't show you the actual footage of it running on consoles at 30 FPS. Now, of course, throughout this video, I did have footage of the game, and it does look beautiful, and I will be getting it day one. Unfortunately, I will not be getting it on the consoles. I'm gonna get it on PC. I have an RTX 4090 coming in, and I can't wait to test that game on that card. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about all of this. Like I said, this game can run 60 FPS on the consoles. They should lock it. If they can't get it at 4K, which I don't think they can with the next generation consoles, run it at 1440p with a 60 FPS option. On the Series S, run it at lower settings. Now, if you can't get it at 60 FPS for some reason on the Series S, then whatever, lock it at 30 FPS. Now, they're saying that the co-op is locked to the frame rate, so the people that have the Series S, lock them with other players that have the Series S. The 1440p users that you have running at 60 FPS, lock those users together, and that eliminates the problem. But I really don't see that as an issue because on PC, we play with different resolutions, we play with different frame rates all the time, and it just works. So I don't really know what they're talking about. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section down below. And like I usually say, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one.